up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we will be continuing World War III. So to start off, let's go over to Japan. So over here in Japan, we have Japan pushing in even more, capturing a lot, to the point that Chinese civilians are thinking about succeeding and running away from their home and just letting Japan get their way. And it's the same in this region as well. So what happens is Japan is just going to keep taking everything. We got old kamikaze tactics happening as well. And they are actually creeping up on the capital of Oceania. And of course they are as well at the very moment doing kamikaze tactics to take over Philippines, and also doing a very quick island hopping techniques. And they are quickly able to invade into these countries super fast. Of course, the question is, how are they able to do this so quickly? Well, they got nuclear weapons. Not like bomb, but like grenades and stuff like that, like I was saying last episode. So let's continue on with this. Next off, let's go way back over here, back into the region of this area. And we have this team over here wanting to meet up with each other, and that is exactly what they do. With this, they are actually going to decide to keep going. And then over here, we have them creeping up even further, gaining another major city, quickly able to attack even more. And this is really happening because they've got a lot of troops coming from Madagascar. Madagascar is investing a lot into this war. And same with these other two countries over here. And then Morocco, on the other hand, is like, let's let them take their bite out of Israel. Let them take care of Israel, because it seems like they're going swimmingly well over there. And in the meantime, we're going to attack this France country, and they are going to quickly blitz right through to the capital, taking the capital, or actually taking a major city in this case. My bad. And they're able to blitz straight to the capital really quickly. Because Europe isn't like militarily like the strongest continent in the world. Actually, the strongest one on the continent is actually way over in Asia, which right now at the moment is Japan. However, we do have some general power rankings changing a lot. So in this thing, we're just going to completely get rid of these power rankings, because now everything is at stake. Since we have so many powers now, we can't go by power rankings anymore, mainly because they are number one at the moment. The very moment they are number one. So we have to do #1. So we're just going to make this gray. So they are number one at the very moment in the whole world. Now, number 2 on the list is actually still going to be Russia. And then number 3 on the list right now is actually Poland. Poland is actually, for some reason, doing really good. Israel is doing terrible right now. Iran is actually doing really well. Oh, they are actually number 5. Turkey is number 6 at the moment. We have Czechia actually going off of the whole list in general. They aren't on the list anymore. They are losing substantial power within Europe. Europe could definitely shatter, with Czechia on the verge of collapsing because of Turkey's influence. Turkey is making it very unsafe within Europe. And then you got Morocco over here deciding to so propaganda, saying, oh, we're going to liberate you, which is their excuse. So in this case, we have a #7 for Morocco. Then we have a hashtag 8 over here, and then we also have a hashtag 9 over here. And then since we're going by rankings, we're going to do hashtag 10. And then we have hashtag 11 over here, and then we have number 12 over here. And then now Asia's also collapsing. So we really have no more powers that are actually that great. Since we have number 12 over here, we actually have number 13 over here. And then we have number 14. We have a number 14, and we also have a number 15 right here. Since Germany united over here into one, they have actually done a lot. So now that we have updated this, let's go back over here into Morocco region. So over here, they are quickly going to be able to take over Italy. I mean, not Italy, France. That was really funny. However, they now have France, and they are just going to quickly annex them and assimilate them without a further ado. They are expanding really quickly. And now, what do we have next? Now, we have some tensions really rising over here. And Brazil and Bolivia both want Brazil out, and they both want Chile out. So what's going to happen is old Spain is actually going to help out Bolivia, and then Bolivia is just going to start attacking Chile on all their borders. They're going to quickly take over this major city over here, which actually isn't any major city, it's just the capital in general. It is their capital, and they quickly fall because they have incompetent people. So now, while that is being played out over there, trying to annex and assimilate them, we have the old Spain team coming in. They're going to go straight for the capital like any other team. They start launching in through the mountains and straight to the capital, quickly splitting the country in two. And then since they aren't falling right off immediately, they are going to quickly and swiftly go right through over here. And it is going surprisingly well, and they are also going to go in on both sides and meet up again right over here. And so now, this region over here is actually just going to give up. And now, the rest of it is going to be like, they're just going to be like, hey, can we have a peace treaty and we can have our own country? And that's exactly what they're going to let happen. And so, what's going to draw up in the peace treaty over here in this region is very short. So I will cut to when I actually have the peace treaty. Okay, this is what it's actually going to look like. It looks hideous, but I am too lazy to do that and make it look better. So this is a really quick war over here. However, since the rest of the world is distracted with all of these debacles over here, the oligarchs are actually going to take advantage of this opportunity. And besides for actually trying to beat them up over here, they're actually going to try and make a deterrence and actually decide to like straight up go right through here. They're going to straight up just sweep right through here really quickly, and just right over here, sweep them very quickly. And this is bad, really bad. Panama is like, hey yo, what you doing? We know you ain't as strong as Panama, but you better back off. We're not gonna directly throw hands at you, but we will give aid and loans and weapons, and they're just gonna ignore them. Yeah. And Washingtonia is just gonna be like, hey, we don't want any more trouble, just we give up. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Now, for over here in Baja California, they aren't gonna give up. They are gonna be like, hey, stay out of our territory. We will throw hands, and we will get Panama into this war. And they're like, screw you, we're just gonna take over the rest of this area. Since we have other things going on in this region, we actually have them taking over this puppet state over here that somehow became a puppet state. We don't know how, but somehow they were able to pull some strings and put them under their control. But now, they are able to push straight in to Vancouver and this whole region over here. They're quickly able to take over one of their major cities, and then they're going to go straight for the capital over here. They're going to go and pew 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 pew. We're just going to go right through here. We're just going to ignore all the regional mountains. They're going to go straight diving right through. Panama is like, I'm still not going to get involved. And then we have something surprising happening. We have Peru, Bolivia. Bolivia actually annexes them successfully. Bolivia is going to stay out of this. However, Old Spain and Peru are going to wage war on Ecuador over here. So Ecuador is going to not like actually do anything. They're just going to be like, dude, we don't even want to throw hands. Just take it. So they are going to end up being landlocked, or in this case, more than landlocked, because they decide to just give up completely. I mean, hey, they aren't the happiest people in the world, with all honesty. They just want a happy life. And so Peru over here is like, you better stop putting troops into this region. You better not wage war against the oligarchs. We don't like you. We don't like the oligarchs. We may have a common enemy, but screw you. We don't want you in South America. You never belonged here in the first place. Yada, yada, yada. Stuff like that. And then out of nowhere, Old Spain comes in hot. Coming right over here, undetected, somehow undetected, and straight up launches an invasion through here, going over and attacking all this area over here. They are then going to just keep eating them up over here. Panama, since they don't have much military over there, most of their military is up over here, which is being clamped right now. It is being slapped up on right now. And at the moment, since they don't want to bring them out and let them die, they are going to have Baja California send some troops all the way back down here into Panama. And before they could actually reach down, they actually are able to take out a major city. And since their capital is like right here, they are going to try and just straight bullseye it. However, the troops of Baja California arrive and are able to quickly push back quite a bit. However, it ain't gonna last long, because now we've got this country coming right in hot. We have them coming in right through here, straight up blitzkrieging with their blitzkrieging methods. They learned it from Morocco, and they're quickly able to surround the capital. And these troops are very much overwhelmed, and with this, they fall back over here and try and push them out. However, that defensive line isn't going anywhere, and now they are quickly able to close in over here and almost push them out of the region. However, Peru is able to get to it first and completely takes over the capital. With this, they decide to keep pushing and pushing, and with this, Panama decides to be like, hey, why don't we have some peace? And that's exactly what's going to happen over here. Peru is actually just going to take almost all of it. They are going to actually they're going to take this little thin line right here, and then they're going to take a little bit more of that over there as well. And then they're going to gift this country quite a bit of land. They're going to gift them all of this land over here, and they are really happy. And then over here is going to be a little puppet state. So we are going to make this darker, and that is a puppet state of Peru. So time to make it known that they are a puppet state by doing this little tactic or thingamabobber, just outlining it, making sure people know that it's a puppet state. And since it's a puppet state, okay, now that we have this puppet state, We should do this with a lot more of them. However, we're not going to. In this case, I'm pretty sure this is already taken over. Yeah, this is already taken over. Roger that. And because of this, Baja California is going to be like, hey, we need some money. And Panama is like, hey, can you please take our land because we are quickly falling because of this terrible war that we just went through down here. So just take Hawaii, please. Just take Hawaii. Take Hawaii. Take as much land as you can. So they are able to take as much as they can. And eventually, they are going to take a lot of it. They're just going to keep doing this, and this, and this, and this. And very quickly, they are just going to give up just like that. Because the morale is terrible. People want to create their own countries. And now the rest of this right here actually wants to leave. With all these little islands over here. And then Cuba over here is actually just going to be taken by the Haitians over here. Partially by the Haitians, partially by the other country over here. We're just going to straight up annex it. But yeah, that is perfect. And now with this area almost completely done with their wars and almost at peace, we actually have the Washingtonians and this country over here completely giving up, so almost all of their land. And now America is screwed because you got the oligarchs everywhere over here. They are everywhere. But now they are going to assimilate all of this. Assimilate and conquer. And now they are huge. So now that the oligarchs have done all of this, we have Panama, who at this point has no great power at all. They're terrible. We have Peru and them doing great things. Where is 13? 13 is right here, which means they are now number 12. We actually have Bolivia at number 15. However, they're not number 15 because they are still a new country. So the oligarchs are actually number 15. We have number 14 right here. And then we have number 13 right here. So now that this has happened, we have other things to do. Now, guys, they have become empire status. And now, I know you're going to be really sad about this, but because of all the wars in this region, the Eco-Czech alliance is failing into pieces. They are leaving. They are leaving. Italiano is leaving. We got this whole place is leaving. Germany is leaving for some weird reason. Czech is tearing apart. And this is really sad to see. But now, we have something else to see. You have to see this. And we have Poland joining with Russia. And then we also have Finland joining. And with this, we have another alliance forming as well. We have a temporary alliance right over here going on, which at this point, it's just, what do we call it? So, Germany is creating an alliance with Ireland United. And they are also going to join together with the oligarchs, which is shocking. The most shocking thing ever. And with the oligarchs on their side, we actually have some really weird stuff going on. Let's get back over here and focus. The Eco-Czech alliance has shattered. That is one of the things I wanted to do. And also, at this point, Germany is turning on Europe. At this point, literally. That's literally what this is. And Germany and Ireland United have basically joined together as well. And, well, we actually have Turkey coming in here. Coming in very hot. They're coming in pretty hot. Taking over this country very quickly. But with this, they have some retaliation. Czechia is really mad. They are really mad at what just happened. They had a whole thing going on. They brought Europe into one of the best ages in all of history. And now the world is tearing them apart. So what is happening is they are actually going to wage war on them. They are going to take back the capital of Romania, quickly pushing them back. And they also decide to just straight up just take over this land as well. So they are quickly going to surge right through this. And they are really mad. They've done so much stuff for Europe. And this is how you repay Czechia for doing all these great things. Yeah, they are really mad. And at this point, we have them starting to push into Greece, taking the capital over here very quickly. Turkey didn't realize that they had such good technology. They are quickly taking so many things from Turkey so very quickly. They didn't see it coming. Turkey is in panic at the very moment. And they're like, hey, Russia, stop them. Please, help us. Russia's like, no, why should I help you? And they're like, Israel can't help me. However, since this is actually happening over here, they have actually been torn apart. And Israel is actually no more at the very moment. They are being controlled by these two areas. And they are actually going to completely be annihilated. At this point, they completely gave up. And since then, this has just become a big puppet. And Morocco is like, if you want, we can take that off your hands. We can help you with the assimilation and we can join this together. And they're like, yeah, sure, let's make a contract. You can have all this land. You assimilate them. And that is exactly what happens. And now Turkey is very upset. And at the very moment, do you see what's happening? It kind of looks like I'm bringing something back into history. Do you kind of see it? Roman Empire. Yeah, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they won't last forever. Who knows? It's crazy what can happen. And now at this point, Turkey is crying for help. And nothing's happening. No one is coming to their rescue. No one's going to help them. It's crazy. And, well, Saudi Arabia's like, well, dude, screw you. We can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. Iran quickly comes in and is like, hey, Saudi Arabia, eat this. Boom. I'm kidding. But they are going to attack them. And now we see something like this going on. Kind of looks like they could be doing that. Okay, they are actually going to start pushing in, and then they quickly take over the capital of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia did not see this coming at all. And, well, we've got Saudi Arabia being torn apart. And, well, at this point, they are reforming. We have the original one being like this. We have Iran taking a lot of land over here. They're going to end up taking a lot over here. They're going to take a lot of land. A lot of this land specifically. I will see you when I am finished this. Of course, all good things have to come to an end. It's pretty sad. And now, because of this new thing that's going on right here, we actually have no new countries actually forming. We actually have Morocco deciding, hey, we'll take this off of you. We'll take it off, so you don't have to worry about it anymore. They're like, thank you. We'd love for someone to take this hassle off of our backs. Morocco is, well, kind of looking like something more than Morocco, if you ask me. Well, at this point, Saudi Arabia is being punished, quite literally. And we now have some very weird looking providences, very weird borders, and we have Saudi Arabia splitting into two. So we're going to split them up into two. So now we have officially have Saudi Arabia splitting into two. And now we have Turkey ending up doing something really stupid. They decide, hey, if you're really gonna do this to us, then we both have a common enemy, and I'm gonna torture that common enemy. That's exactly what he's gonna do. They are going to start attacking Russia over here in this region, and they are quickly going to get backlashed by Russia, condemning them for their actions. And Russia is going to quickly steamroll right through them. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. That's exactly what they're doing. They are literally putting them at gunpoint. And if we look at the nuclear teams, they are number 5. And, well, Turkey decided to never use their nukes. For some weird reason, they never use their nukes. And we're just going to ignore this nuclear thing at this point, because now Turkey doesn't have any nukes. Turkey doesn't have any nukes. Czechia has nukes. Czechia could use their nukes if they really wanted to. Czechia is pointing their nukes straight at Turkey, though. Like, hey, give up already. And that is exactly what Turkey is going to do. However, we have one issue with that. They are going to be able to do it. Turkey does give up. However, we have one issue. Russia's like, hey. Do you really want issues? Do you really want to border us? Because if you do, you are in for a treat. So Czechia is like, yeah, I do. Screw you. And that's exactly what they're like. I did not mean to do that. However, Russia is going to be like, okay, you asked for it. Russia is not going to invade them. They're going to let Poland repeat history. Poland comes swooping in right to the capital. Very unexpected. Very unexpected. Czechia is flabbergasted by this action. Czechia is like, can we maybe chill out, maybe? Just chill out. Poland is like, no. Russia's like, hey, why don't we just let it go, you know? Poland just keeps going. Keeps going. And at this point, if we look at the provinces, they are definitely going to keep going. They just keep going. Mass slaughtering Czechian civilians, which is very unjust. During this whole thing, Italy is going through something internal. And Morocco's like, hey, we have an offer for you. No? We got an offer. You want us to solve your problems? We can solve your problems. Yeah, we can solve them. Under one condition. Give up your land, and we'll solve it for you. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Italy's going to do the same exact thing. And it is becoming very suspicious that Morocco is becoming a huge power within the world. In the meantime, let's get rid of this power ranking thing. We have a really huge alliance over here. And Czechia is like, please, come on, man. Poland's like, why don't you kiss my butt? And well, now, this ain't too great. I'll tell you that. This ain't too great for Czechia. Czechia isn't on the map anymore, technically speaking, because Czechia needs help. Czechia is under a very, very big attack. And Morocco's like, hey, we can help ya. Just like they did to Italy. We can help ya. And that's exactly what they do. They take up the offer. And, well, now, it's crazy. If we look at the map, Morocco is huge. Now, for the rest of this episode, we are going to do one other thing. And on this one is some peace treaties. So on this peace treaty, we have Poland getting a whole bunch of land. And Czechia is off the map. This is terrible. Very terrible. And I know I promised that Czechia would never go off the map, but I had to do it. I just had to. It mixes up with the story of what I wanted to do. And now with this entertainment, we actually have Poland annexing all this land over here. And with all this land over here, Russia's like, hey, we're going to take a big portion of it. So Russia, doing what they do best, is going to let Poland have some as well. So Poland is going to take everything from here. Now, we have really fallen into dark times. I guess you could say dark times, but have they really? We've got Russia taking a whole lot of land. However, they really don't want to take all of it. That's the thing. So what happens is they're like, Morocco, we don't want to give you any of this land. However, we do want to make a puppet. So what's going to happen is that we're going to make a puppet. Well, actually, we're going to make this darker, completely pink, since we don't have like straight up pink on this map. With this, time to drop some borders. They are going to revive Turkey. However, in this case, Turkey is just going to be its original size, but just a little bit less. So now, geographically speaking, Turkey doesn't have any power against Russia. Even if they were to try to rebel, they don't have the position to do so. They have both sides to do. And even, well, Turkey also can't do certain things, of course. However, we do have one other thing to do, and that is that Russia is actually going to take all of this land over here, this little region over here. In this case over here, they're actually going to not give anything to the other team over here, which in this case, they have a lot of respects for each other, which in this case, this is the new Turkish country. We have Germany completely assimilating and destroying this country, completely annexing them at the same time, which sounds impossible, but it's actually not impossible. It's actually happened in history before, where they build and destroy at the same time. Like after one city is destroyed, they start building. I've done it before in Conflict of Nations, World War III. It's pretty common. But now, let's look at this, okay? So we have this power over here. We have Germany deciding to help Ireland United invade all of Iceland over here. They're quickly able to do that. But now over here, this is going to be very difficult, as you have these two countries right here. And Finland is right here. Finland will not like it a single bit. So they are both like, let's have a meeting. Let's discuss this. Because, hey, can we shape Europe together in a way where I have power, but you also have power? And that's exactly what's going on. So what happens is they're like, go for it. Let's do that. You can have Ireland United can have all this, but you're not allowed to have Sweden. And they're like, okay, that's not bad. That's exactly what happens. Now, of course, the oligarchy isn't very happy about this, because the oligarchy is warmongering, and they want and want. However, we still have another war going on over here in Japan. So let's continue the war for a little bit. We still have a lot of this trying to be contained and covered. Since this is such a big amount of land, they're not going to be able to win the war within a few months. They're going to have to do this for a whole nother year after this first year. And after quite a while, they're able to get quite a bit more land. However, they aren't going to annex any of this land quite yet, because they still have other opponents to face. They have this opponent that they are actually somehow able to get the capital at this point in time now. This is where they are at this point in time. They haven't invaded Australia or anything like that. However, Australia is kind of like, I don't know if I really want to be a part of this. However, I'd love to have my own country. And so that is exactly what is happening. Japan is like, go ahead, do that. We can be friends, we can be allies. And that is exactly what is happening right now. So, Australia, they go ahead and depart from Oceanic Empire. They completely depart, and matters worse for Oceania. We actually have this also wanted to be a part of it, and Japan is also fine with that. They're somewhat actually chill about it. They are somewhat chill about it. Just keyword. That's all I'm saying. We have a lot more over here. We're just gonna fill in the rest of this right here. And now this is what Australia looks like now that they're independent. And now we also have another one wanting to be independent as well. See if it's been taken at all. And it has not been taken at all. So we have a whole island nation over here deciding to also claim independence. And Japan is also fine with that because they just want Oceania gone. That's all they want. They want power and influence over at Oceania too. So like, hey, yeah, of course. However, you don't have any power over me. In which we are allies. In simple words, or friendly words, you could say, they're like, hey, yeah, of course, let's be friends, let's be allies. That's exactly what's happening. The rest of this, however, isn't too fond with that idea. So they're going to keep going. And at some point, the people start to flee. They keep fleeing, and all of this is actually being tormented and pushed out. And since none of these other places want independence, they're just going to keep smashing and smashing and smashing. And it's just going to keep happening. And then they're also going to do the same thing with them. And kapow, kapow, kapow. They are pretty much done. The rest of this is done for. But now, hey, they're still under control. They aren't annexing this place yet. They still have a lot to get done with. Still have a lot of China to get done with as well. And that is going to be the end of this episode over here. Except before we get to the end of the episode, they're actually just going to push in even more. And that is the progress so far. Let's look at this progress. So yes, this is the progress. Yes, we have done a whole hour of this. This is crazy. I hope you enjoyed today's video. In the next video, we will be finalizing and ending the war really soon in the next episode. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day. May God bless you. Peace.